Hi, I'm Michele Newman, the Psychic Sound Healer. As a psychic, I'm in touch with hundreds of different spirit guides who speak through me. They offer my clients healing tools for their spiritual growth and very specific, practical, down-to-earth daily actions that they can take. One of the questions I hear the most from my clients is, how can I be in touch with my own spirit guides and talk with them? You can always have a session with me because I see spirit guides, ancestors, angels in your aura, your biofield, whoever is wanting to step forward and make themselves known to you at a specific time. Yet, because I mentor people in their psychic abilities, and I believe that you can find a way to be in touch with your inner spirit guidance, I've been given a vision of creating a series of videos that can help you learn to be in touch with your own personal spirit guides. In this video series, I'll tell you about how I started to be in touch with my spirit guides and offer you pathways to begin your journey with your personal spirit guides. I've been writing a newsletter on the new moon and the full moon to my list, and so it's come to me that I'll make a video on each new moon and full moon. This is my first new moon video. It's the autumn equinox and my birthday, so happy birthday to me. It's also the Jewish New Year, Rosh Hashanah. I was born on the autumn equinox and Rosh Hashanah, and so it feels like magical alchemy to me. I begin all of my play shops and my private sessions with the healing, high-level resonance of the uplifting crystal singing bowls. This helps us to center, tune up, and tune in. Getting to know my spirit guides consciously has been a 30-year journey for me. As I said before, I have hundreds of spirit guides, but they didn't come all at the same time. In the beginning, they came one at a time. That's what most humans can handle. Some of my clients have been introduced to their spirit guides through me, to one spirit guide. A few people have met maybe 3 spirit guides, an angel, an ancestor, a grandmother. I did have one woman who actually met 12 guides all at the same time that were surrounding her, but that's very rare. And it isn't something that humans can easily handle. It's like getting to know 12 people all at the same time. So to meet 12 spirit guides and get used to who they are, their names, and what they're here for is very unusual. In 1988, I was a very unhappy and depressed woman. I was crying constantly. I had a lot of inner aching. I was in a very difficult marriage, and life was really hard for me. Those of you who know me now can't imagine what I was going through then. So I was just seeking, seeking, seeking. I wanted to find my right spiritual path because I was in such pain most of the time. And I started studying Cherokee medicine with a medicine woman. She was really knowledgeable, very wonderful. And there was a whole group of us who studied with her, and we created our spirit shields for protection. And we learned a lot of processes of how to contact different spirits and ask for assistance in decisions. And then she took a group of women on a vision quest. And I was really excited. Being out in nature is not new to me. I've been camping my whole life, and I'm very comfortable in communing with nature. And so I was very excited, but at the same time, I had never been in a situation where I had to stay within my medicine circle for 3 days and meditate and fast and just be in complete contemplation without talking with anyone at all, and just being completely alone. So I must admit, being alone is comfortable for me, but at the same time, knowing that I couldn't leave my medicine circle for 3 days it was, in an emergency, it would have been okay, but to know that this is what I need to do was very new for me. It was really an expanding frontier. So the first day I was sitting there and waiting for something wonderful or special to happen, and all I saw were a lot of bugs and flies, and wondering what's going on here. It was pretty just plain and basic. There was nothing monumental that occurred. And I kept dreaming of a big animal coming by and wondering what I would do if I saw a big animal. At the same time, I'm thinking, what if a mountain lion comes by? And then I started feeling scared. I didn't know what I would do if that actually happened. And at night, I heard some pretty strange sounds I could not identify. I'm used to hearing coyotes and all kinds of animals like that, but I just wasn't able to identify what this sound might be. And so basically, I was just scared. And I remember staying up most of the night being afraid, what if an animal comes? Here's my animal making sounds to let us know the animal kingdom is with us. Okay, good girl. Yeah. So the next day, or I guess that night when I was scared, and I remember feeling like something was there, but I didn't know what it was. I was starting to definitely get into an altered state, not, just drinking water and not having eaten. And I feel something there, and it was the middle of the night, and I looked up into the forest, which is right next to me. I was in a clearing by a stream, and there was a forest right next to me, literally a big grove. And I saw this beautiful, radiant woman right there. She had long brown hair and a beautiful white dress, just a gorgeous long white dress. And I just stared at her, and she said, "Hello, I'm Parafi, and I'm your higher self." And I was just kind of taking all this in. And she said, "I am you, the you that you wish to be. And I'm here to show you how you can do it. I'm in a separate being so you can see me and understand that there is another you. But please know that we are one." Well, that was a lot for me to take in at that time. she's been with me ever since, and indeed, she's right here with me. I see her always when we're in trees. She's always standing right in next to a tree or in the forest. And now she's moved closer to me. I still see her. She comes right next to me, and she's always with me. And I talk to her all the time. I'm very used to having her in my field, and I just love her. Thank you, Parafi. Thank you for being with me and showing me a way, the way out, the way up, the way into who I've become. I'm so honored, and I thank you. And thank you for stepping forward to be with all the people watching so that you can learn more about how this can work for yourself. So, my first suggestion for meeting your spirit guide or guides, whoever might come forward for you, is to just find a way to be alone in deep contemplation. This isn't easy in our world today. You need to take a retreat or be somewhere in a very safe space where you can truly feel your heart and soul and body alone but not lonely. There's so much interruptions and distractions, internet, family, people, news, stuff to do. There's always something to do. There's always bombardment of our inner space. And the way for you to open up to your personal spirit guide is to really be on a retreat, your own retreat. If it can be 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, whatever it takes for you to be able to have some true quiet space. You don't need to go on a vision quest like I did. There's so many ways to find your ability to be completely quiet and uninterrupted. And you'll find the right way for you. You don't necessarily even have to fast. You can eat, it's okay. Take care of yourself and do what you need to do for yourself. Water is very, very important. Just make sure that you can be able to go inside, truly close your eyes, feel completely free to lay down, to sleep, to sit, to think, to listen carefully to what's going on outside and inside. So, of course, being in nature is always good for this. It's the best way to find your own inner space. Listening to the wind and the birds is always the most helpful. And to be aware of what is. Don't expect anything. How do you not expect something? How can you not expect that something will happen? So, I was expecting big animals to come. You never know what's going to come to you. You cannot predict. I cannot predict. No one can predict exactly what will happen. Whatever you do, I can promise you this, something will occur. Something will happen when you take that time and space for yourself. Keep your journal, write down your dreams, write down your thoughts, write down everything that's going on with you, and pay attention and take that time for your inner nurturing. It's the most important thing you can do for yourself, no matter whether a spirit guide comes to you or not. And if a spirit guide doesn't come to you, it's not a time where you say, oh, darn, why didn't they come? How come someone didn't talk to me? Why didn't I have a big experience? That's what you needed at that time. Maybe you'll try again later. Maybe you'll try again in a month or 2 or 3 or next year. You can never say what's going to occur and what your personal spiritual path is. I don't believe that any teachers that we know of knew what their spiritual path was ahead of time. Your job is to simply allow the unfolding and to give it space and time. And so I honor you on your path. I wish you the most exquisite, delicious journey that unfolds for you and that you can take in, that you can absorb. Have fun, and I will see you on the next full moon. This is Michele Newman, the Psychic Sound Healer. See you next time.